Hey guys, this is BionicDance. You are not live, and it's about me. Believe it or not.
Well, at least he has a sense of humor, I guess. Let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Today we're dealing with a video response from The Wise Christian, so-called. Now, I know I asked for people to treat others with respect, but this guy's an idiot. Uneducated, illogical, and with absolutely no grasp of proper filmmaking technique, which is probably one of the reasons why I have roughly 122.3 times his subscriber base. I did the calculations.
So, the title is wrong because I'm not claiming to be live within this video. One false thing so far.
He's responding to the forward title of my video, which may not directly address a point he explicitly made, but that doesn't make it false. This is like someone who thinks that a dictionary definition of a complex topic is plenty for debating it, and no one needs an encyclopedia entry that goes into significantly more detail.
Brought about order and things that we need to make life. Two impossible things that should not have happened. Also should not have happened from an explosion. But they did.
This is just him repeating what he said in the video to which I responded. I may end up cutting out a lot of that redundant sort of thing. But the thing is, he says that order and the stuff we need to make life shouldn't have happened, are impossible. But he doesn't say why. He just says they couldn't. Basically, what we have here is an argument from incredulity logical fallacy. He doesn't think it could happen, and he starts from that premise, whether it's true or not.
Now let's watch her completely pass up this point.
Insert extremely petty joke about needing to get a life here. And let's do it.
Who cares if I have a life or not, bitch? I'm obviously on topic about God.
Remember what I said about proper filmmaking technique? This is a hook intended to draw people in, to get them to keep watching. I respond to your point later in the video. My videos have always followed this format for years. Animated intro, a bit of the vid to which I'm responding, a brief quip from me and then saying, let's do this, title sequence, then me introducing the video to which I'm responding, followed by assertion, response, assertion, response. This isn't brain surgery. It's some of the most basic audio-visual structure there ever was. Okay, first order of business. Vertical video, that's a paddling. You takes your phone, you turns it like this.
Who cares?
A lot of people care. Vertical video is confining. A ton of the picture is lost by doing it. It's awkward and amateur. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks that it's a travesty of the art of film and video. Now fix it, or that's a paddling. Next, the Big Bang wasn't a bang. It was an expansion.
The Big Bang wasn't a bang, it was an expansion. Holy fuck, it's kind of like you're retarded. It's the same fucking thing. You gotta expand from a singular point, don't you? Oh, dumbass.
An expansion and an explosion are not the same thing. Plenty of things expand without exploding. The Big Bang is space getting larger and not a big old shaboom like something out of a bad sci-fi movie. An explosion requires the existence of space to even happen in the first place. But the singularity that was the universe prior to the Big Bang was space. And when it broke apart, it was the space expanding, not exploding. And he'd know this if he'd done even the tiniest bit of research. The term was originally used to be dismissive, but it gained popularity over the years, and now people just say it. And here I need to correct myself. According to Fred Hoyle, who coined the term, he was just trying to be colorful in his presentation and denies that he was being snarky and flippant. At least that's the info I've been able to find since making that video. An order comes from chaos because chaos cannot continue forever. Things cool, motion slow.
Order came from chaos because chaos cannot continue forever. You're fucking mental. You are fucking mental. If something exploded, nothing but chaos would come from that. If something exploded, nothing but chaos would come from that. What part of energy expanding outward creates chaos don't you get?
Yes, explosions are chaotic. They're full of energy, excited particles, heat. Yes, but then what? Explosions don't last forever. The heat cools, smoke and fire dissipate, the fragments thrown into the air slow down, land, and stop. Order is restored, albeit in a rather different configuration. But we're not talking about form and structure as humans would have it. We're talking about physics and the behavior of the universe. Order comes from chaos because chaos cannot continue. It runs out of fuel and begins to behave itself. He says it, that matter is not light.
I'm not saying it like it's something special. If you actually get onto the brass tacks of what I'm saying, you would understand that life actually arose from nothing. How did it get there? Matter and energy is not designed to bring about something random, such as life. It's just matter and energy existing. It doesn't have the ability. Why is it designed that way to bring about life? Well, for all we know, it wasn't designed that way to bring about life.
I want to hear what he thinks life actually is. He never says it. Not once does he define life as he sees it, which makes it awfully difficult to form an argument. But it's clear that he thinks it's more than just electrochemical processes, that it's more than just matter and energy. But he's all over the place with this, like he's making it up as he goes along. It's clear he hasn't done his homework on the nature of life.
Not only that, but how did matter get here to make something called life? What are the odds of this? And that's a key word. What are the odds?
What are the odds of what? What does he think needs to happen to form this thing he calls life? And the odds? The universe is 13.82 billion years old, with a low estimate of 200 billion galaxies. That's a lot of time to be rolling those dice. What are the odds of life arising? According to a recent revisiting of the Drake equation, the likelihood of life developing throughout the universe is on the order of 10 trillion times. I'd place a lot of money on those odds to win. Believe it. Once again, this guy hasn't done his homework.
Matter and energy is not alive because they exhibit behaviors. Matter and energy is, well, not life. Why don't you look at your eyeballs there? You are alive. Your body is alive. It has cells. Holy shit. Matter and energy don't have cells. They don't have these kind of cells. It doesn't have the components that create life.
This is why I want to know what he thinks life is. I want to know what he thinks make up cells, if it's not matter and energy.
I asked how life came from inanimate matter. Let's watch this bitch, roll over that question.
I want to know what he thinks the difference is between animate and inanimate matter beyond the qualities of alive and not alive. What are the qualities that make each of them what they are? When a body goes from animate to inanimate, from alive to dead, what changed? Or more specifically, what does he think changed? Because apparently it's more than just electrochemical processes, more than just biological function, more than matter behaving in a certain completely natural fashion. But he never says what. As if it's something infused, some magical property that makes inanimate matter get up and walk around. What I've noticed among theists, especially...
But that's exactly what scientists and evolutionists say.
Do you really not see what's wrong with vertical video here? Really?
Inanimate matter magically came to life, and therefore it magically got up and started walking around, just as she said.
Scientists don't say anything like this at all. Unless they're religious anyway. Where the hell is he getting this crap from? It's like he's grafted Christian creationism on top of the theory of natural abiogenesis. Nothing got up and started walking around. Life began as microorganisms. It's been demonstrated by the Miller-Urey experiment that most amino acids, the base chemicals for proteins, can be synthesized from inorganic compounds under conditions simulating those of prehistoric Earth. No magic required. Of course, that's only one of a few alternate origin theories, but they all start from the same basic place, and none of them are creatures just suddenly walking around as if from nowhere. Again, he seems to have not done his homework and is probably getting all of this from equally uninformed preacher types. Their ego simply won't allow them to consider the idea that they're not.
I don't have an ego.
Sure you don't, Sparky.
1. Nothing existed before the apparent Big Bang.
No, a singularity of infinite density existed before the Big Bang. Of course, that's just one theory. Some of the other, more popular but less prominent alternate theories involve things like a cycle of Big Bangs and contractions, or the universe being part of a larger multiverse. The only people who seem to think there was nothing before the Big Bang are religious.
2. A mind began existing from apparently nothing. 3. Therefore, a mind probably made that Big Bang.
And we're the ones who are supposed to believe in magic. If there was nothing, then a mind smart enough to build a whole universe comes from that nothing, then it magically creates that universe by making it explode, and eventually it built life out of what was there. But we believe in magic. Sure. Right. Meanwhile, we're finding more and more completely natural ways that life, the universe, and everything could come about. But we're the ones who believe in magic. Okay.
No, actually, I don't think that atheists, proclaim that. Scientists and evolutionists do. Scientists and evolutionists do. That's the theory. Right, atheists? Because that's what you have to believe in. She didn't get that. And you know what? I'm going to end it here.
If there was a God, I'd be thanking it. Watching this video was torture. But before I go, I would like to see him post one example of a secular scientist who says that life came about by anything other than completely natural processes. One example that is embraced rather than mocked by the rest of the scientific community. Challenge accepted? Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please think.
And remember, if it can't be in your hand, it's all in your head.